Really?
That's a lot of comics, and
That's
it's not like we do one comic per. That's a lot of comics. It's like 2 or 3 comics.
And low key, we visit the comic book shop a lot more than we do actual volumes.
Yeah, that's the funny part.
Y'all don't even want to know how much I have. It's sickening.
But speaking of comics, I'm happy to tell y'all because I got to delve into it a few hours before, and it's been a minute since I read the comic, and this one was great. I love it. Shout outs to David Pepos one more time. Good guy, and thank you for the Space Ghost.
Yep. I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty dope. It's pretty dope.
I'm interested to see where we're gonna go with this.
So, I think 2 episodes ago, maybe 3, we showed y'all our comic poll. Now we're just gonna go ahead and dive in because we actually got a chance to sit back, relax, and read Space Ghost issue 1, written by David Pepos, artist Jonathan Lau, and we have 2 different. We actually got 4, but the ones that we're going to show you today, we got 2 different versions. We got variant 1. This one is by Michael Chow. Fire. I love it.
This. I love this.
You got Space Ghost. You got Jace, Jan, and Blip all on the cover.
It's giving me Hanna-Barbera. And like you said last time, the Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
Yes.
Cartoon
And my man's got his, which is cover art by Bjorn Barons. Looks fire. We like the foil. A lot of people, it looks like a lot of people don't like foil. We grew up in holographic Pokemon cards.
Boy, when I tell you there's so many variant covers, it is not fair how many covers are in existence of these, but I will try my best to get them because I saw a couple other ones and I was like, there's no way I cannot not have that.
Shout outs to Ryan and Phil's comic shop, our local comic book shop. I already hit him up. I said, brother, please, if you have any other variants besides the ones you gave us, we need these.
And like we said, we delve into it. We love where the story is going. It's funny that when this aired on Cartoon Network, and I'm not talking about the late night show, even when it aired as a cartoon itself, when I watched it, there was never a starting point. It was always smack dab in the middle.
And there was always action.
It was already smashing. There was already action. They're already they're already moving and shaking like they've been they're already moving and shaking like they knew each other for years. So I never understood what was the origin. With issue 1, I got the origin, and I want to know where we're gonna go with this.
So mind you, it's not Space Ghost origin, but basically the origin of Jan and Jace and Space Ghost with Blip basically becoming a team.
That's dope.
It's fire. I like it.
Wow.
And it's crazy because we start off Jan, Jace, Blip, and their father are under attack by space pirates, and they're just trying to get out. He tells Jace, listen, get it together. We'll be all right. Family sticks together.
The way it happened, though, it was so abrupt. Like,
Jan,
he was cool.
Take the gat. Take the gat. If things get to popping,
and
you
then
gotta.
And then the next panel. Oh, I'm like,
God.
no!
He literally puts in the codes. He said, we got to get to the hangar. Boop, 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 boop. 4 shots to the body.
Already?
Plow, plow, plow.
Dang. And the way Space Ghost comes through his introduction.
It definitely gave me Batman vibes. I could see why they gave us the comparison. He's like the space Batman. My man's
Batman
lurking in the shadows and he's ready like he's ready to go. I like it.
And when I saw what he did to one of the enemies when he turned him into ice, I said, Plaque, we need to check out his powers.
Facts. Speaking of powers, my man's has flight, super strength, enhanced agility, enhanced stamina, teleportation, belt that grants invisibility and intangibility. And what's the last one? We have a power band that gives an assortment of energy powers and abilities. So we don't even know what really happens.
And he has 2 of them. Mind you, one had fell and he was still getting busy with one.
Facts. So it's crazy. It's looking crazy.
And I told you before, I'm like, he's already strong, super duper can fly, and then he has the bears on top of that. Like, he's wild.
Yeah. It's looking dope. First of all, I like the art. The art is cool. You also mentioned that it gives us action, but it's still a little campy.
It's campy, but not in a bad way. And again, because of this, now that I'm understanding the story, Blip the monkey is more important than you think.
Yes. Who was it? It was Jace that basically said to the police officers that weren't really space police.
They didn't even know.
They weren't space police. And he goes, yeah, the pirates are coming after us. And Blip is actually...
He explains what the
Blip is actually an acronym.
Acronym.
And he explains what Blip actually can do. And the guys just take off their helmets. And they go, that was easier for us. Now let's wipe them out so we won't have to do any paperwork.
Mm-hmm. And we get the origin of Brack.
Brack, yep. And is that his brother?
I guess that's his man's.
His brother.
They have,
same breed.
They have to come from a race or something.
Same race, basically. Like same alien race or space humanoid, whatever you want to call it. Jace, obliterates Brack's brother or whoever that is. Literally incinerates him with the jet's fire fuel in the back. And Brack gets his ribs touched. Look. I took a snippet out of that specifically because the look on his face. Meanwhile, Space Ghost is literally giving him a jab to the ribs. I loved it. I loved it. Left us on a pretty dope cliffhanger, and I'm excited because I already pre-ordered Space Ghost issue 2. And I think that comes at the end of the month. So we have some time.
Yeah, it drops in, if I'm not mistaken, June?
Is it?
I could have sworn... No,
I think you're right.
Issue 2 drops in June, because as I was reading it, I was intrigued about when I need to get that one. That's what I was talking about.
That one's fire. But yeah, I think you're right. I think it does drop June. I know the pre-order... Basically, we had to pre-order it last week before... issue 2 in June. Doesn't give us an official date, but what is going on? Chill.
Thundercats.
But yeah, issue 2 drops in June, and we're definitely gonna be looking out for that.
Shout outs to Dynamite
Comics. Yes, big shout outs to Dynamite Comics. It's looking like, because who does I forgot who does. Damn, what is it called? Invincible.
Image.
No, you're right. Image. Then we got Dynamite Comics and of course Marvel, DC. It's looking cool. It's cool because we're diving more into the world and we're figuring out how many actual publishers are there, how many, you know what I'm saying? And Dynamite Comics coming out with Space Ghost and teaming up with David Pepose. Right now, dynamic duo. I love it. We also thank you again for our free comics on Comic Book Day. Phil's Comic Shop blessed us with, my man's got a DC version of Absolute Power. Please, it's a special edition. Please show him.
And I've been meaning to get. This is my more only DC stuff, but
look what's in the back.
But I just want to say, I've been meaning to get not just more DC comics, but I need to get more DC comics. And look what's on the back. We were just talking about that.
It's coming out in 2 weeks.
I'm sorry that we're talking about comics, but you need to watch My Adventures of Superman.
Hey, we're still in DC. It's still DC. It's cool.
Season 2 about to drop. It's coming. You see it on the back of the comic book.
And then of course I got issue 1 of Blood Hunt, which everybody's been talking about Blood Hunt, which is actually pretty crazy. And there's also the Uncanny X-Men in here as well, which is actually pretty dope. These are pretty dope looking. They looking like they going to war. Look at Spider-Man. Look at Spider-Man. Mask half off.
Reed.
Looking crazy.
Daredevil.
Look crazy. I like it. Blood Hunt #1. Apparently this is like the original issue cover. Yeah, I like it. But again, thanks Phil's Comic Shop for giving us our free comic book for free comic book day. I like these. I like these a lot. Definitely gotta dive into these. I'll dive into these and see if I want to actually dive into the whole universe.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And on that note, that's it for Comic Pulls.